David asked me, what are some of the most important factors that go into a person choosing a lawyer for their case? Do you have advice on how to choose? And I do. I do. Thank you for that question, David. So, one of the things that is challenging to someone who gets in a wreck or gets injured is that they don't know how to choose a lawyer. Because how do you do that? How are you supposed to know? You Google it, you see all these ads, or you're driving down the street, you see billboards, you see it on TV. You don't know whether the people who advertise are good. It's hard to figure out. It's really hard to figure out. So there are some things you can do. And one of the things that I will have someone put up in our well, I'm going to do it. I think I can do it too. In our column here is how do you choose a lawyer? I'm going to do it. Control C. I'm going to do it right now for everybody. So I wrote a book a long time ago that I'm putting the link to right now. It's my absolutely essential questions book, and it's a book that I wrote is what are the questions you need to ask before you pick a lawyer or settle your case. And there's certain basic things you want to ask a lawyer when you are considering hiring them. Is it their firm? Are they going to handle your case personally? What is their experience in this area? Have they been doing it a long time? Are they the kind of lawyer that is are they a trial lawyer? Let me say it that way. Are they a lawyer that tries cases? Because you recall that you may hold this legal claim, you may have been injured, but ultimately the only way for you to force someone paying you for that injury is to go to trial. Again, no one wants to go to trial. Very few people want to go to trial. Few people say, hey, I got in this wreck. A doctor performed medical malpractice on me. I got injured on someone's property. I got injured on the job. I had this product hurt me. This tractor trailer trashed my truck and made me have neck surgery. After all that, now I want to have to go find a lawyer. I want to have to make a claim. I want to have to sue someone, and I have to go to trial. No one wants to do that because you're already experiencing so much stress and so much change in how you roll in life that you don't want to have to deal with that. But you do, and you got to stand up for yourself. And people do, and people regularly come to me and other lawyers like me to get that justice. But ultimately, the point is that that's your biggest. Ultimately, a trial or going to trial is the only power that you have over any defendant who doesn't want to pay you. And oftentimes, so the other part in this book we talk about is the tricks that insurance companies do to try to get you to settle. Hey, you were kind of at fault, so you should take a lesser settlement. You know what? You need to settle this case today or in the next week, because after that, we're not going to offer you any money. You know what? We're only going to pay you your medical for 3 or 4 weeks after your injury. Any medical you have after that, it's not going to be related and you can't cover that. You know what? We don't pay for chiropractic care. We'll pay for the MD, we'll pay for the ER, but no. You know what? I know you had an ER visit, and I know the MRI shows you have a herniated disc, and the doctor said you may need surgery, but settle your case now because we're never going to pay you for that. You know what? The limits of liability in this case are very, very low. You ought to settle this case. You know what? You don't get paid for your wage loss damages. You don't get any damages for your wage loss damages because your employer paid you for that. You know what? You don't get paid for your medical because you have med pay and you have health insurance. So all of those are lies. All of those things I'm saying are lies. Or we need to settle your case quick. So insurance companies, or they'll give you a low amount. I can have the check to you tomorrow. Your case is only worth this. So the insurance company has a litany of lies to try to get you settle the case direct, because they know if you talk to a lawyer like me, then we're going to tell you what the real value of your case is, which often is significantly higher. I do not take a case unless I can add value to it, unless they're going to make more money coming to me, even paying my fee, than they would otherwise. So that I never take a case like that. So insurance companies are going to tell you a bunch of bogus stuff that you need to figure out for yourself. So in terms of choosing a lawyer and getting, I know I answered some of Dave's question. I know it's a little bit of a long answer, but it's something I like to talk about because I get this question all the time. They call us up and they say, I don't know what to do. So does that lawyer try cases? Does that lawyer have a track record? Does the lawyer have experience in these cases? You do not want a lawyer, this is their first rodeo. Has a lawyer done this? Do they know how to handle it? Do they know how to handle this type of a trucking claim, med mal claim, employment claim, workers' compensation claim? Have they experienced? Do they know the medicine? Have they deposed doctors? Do they have an active litigation practice? Are they actively doing this? You don't want to go to your friend or your friend's friend just because he's a friend or a friend of a friend if that's not their area. Do not ever come to me to write a will, to represent you in a criminal case, or to do domestic relations work, because I don't know how to do any of that. Similarly, don't go to one of those kind of lawyers to have to for an injury case or to have a significant recovery or the type of trial work that I do. So those are those things. So ask those questions. So if you get that, go on our link, get that book. I'll give you a list of questions to ask, and I welcome the questions. I have this all the time where someone will call, not all the time, but we have it where, hey, my friend's a lawyer. I said, have him call me. Make sure that vet me. Make sure that I'm good enough for you. I welcome the inquiry. I welcome the examination because I think I hold up against other folks. There's a lot of other good lawyers out there too. I'm not disparaging anyway, and I know no one's accusing me of that, but I don't mind the examination. I don't mind answering the questions. I truly don't, because we try cases. We're always doing depositions. We're always litigating. We're filing lawsuits. We don't just settle cases. My job is to get as much in my client's pocket as I can. I know all the law. The other question is, how much time do you spend honing your talent and making sure that you are a good lawyer? I spend time honing my talent. I go to classes. I teach classes. I teach a lot of other lawyer classes, that kind of stuff. Read their website. Look at it. I think my website has 3,500 Google index pages. Read their reviews. How well and how often is the lawyer reviewed? And I think if you examine our reviews, you'll see that we hold up well for that. I think we're the most reviewed and best reviewed law firm in the area the last time I looked. 461 5-star Google reviews. So, and of course that'll get dated, we'll get more, but if we keep this video. So those are some of the questions and factors that a person goes in choosing a lawyer. And go with your gut too. Go with your gut. You listen to yourself. If you like the guy on the end of the phone, good. I put my cell phone number at the bottom of my emails. I call new clients and ask them if they want to be doing it. I work on the cases personally, even though we have a high volume of cases. I have teams that I work with regularly. I've been working with them today. So it's not only going to be me, but you are going to get people that work with me directly or me directly. You're going to get texts from me directly, emails from me directly on a bi-weekly basis. We try to communicate. It's especially important in these times. Do you have any advice on how to choose? That's the last question, and David's good question. I think I already said it. I already gave you the advice. Take your time, ask the questions. Don't rush into it. Make sure you feel good about it. Make sure you have someone who's going to fight for you to get the best result you can, and someone whose advice you think you can trust. That's also very important.